I'm here to. I thought I was going to, but things don't always work. So I'm here today. And so I want to start out with a couple of shout outs to people who've been helpful to me lately. And I want to say last week, or actually, earlier this week, I went to the Oriental Theater and I was there for Singing in the Rain. That was Monday night. It was just wonderful. What an upbeat, lifting film. I did see it many years ago. Really a joy to see again. And the place was sold out. Not a ticket available. They stopped selling tickets. It was closed. So it was really great. And people leaving the theater humming, singing in the rain. It was fun to see. And but when I got out, from now on, I have to make a real note of where I am parking, where I've parked. So I couldn't find my car when I left. And wow, I walked blocks and blocks. I knew I was within 2 blocks of the theater. And I couldn't do it, and I walk with a cane. I've got to, I just can't be going on forever. So I finally, a young couple, they were leaving a parking spot on the street where I was, and I told them my predicament. And God love them, they helped me find my car, drove me around. Hey, so that's Evan Luck and Carly Luck. They helped me find my car. Oh, it was so wonderful. And then I have another shout out to give to my people, or at the North Shore Bank, in Bayshore, and um, Keisha and Brandon. They've been helpful to me. I closed out an account there that I didn't need anymore, and so Brendan, Keisha. So yeah, it's been a good week so far. And tonight is at the Oriental Theater is the uh oh God, Forrest Gump. Yes, Forrest Gump and Gary Sinise, who is he's the lieutenant. Uh, he's the person who was crippled in Vietnam in the movie. And Gary is going to be here in Milwaukee on Monday. He's going to do a benefit performance for the Skylight Theater. The Skylight. So he's going to be doing there. He really he does benefits as much as he can. He's so good, and he has the band. It's called um, Lieutenant Dan's band. Yeah, Lieutenant Dan's band. And so they will be performing at the festival grounds, the Mayor Festival grounds on July 14th. And that, if you can make that, it's sure to be a really super good show. And so maybe I don't know if I get to see you there. I sure hope so. Hope I can make it to the concert. So Gary Sinise, and so Forrest Gump showing tonight 6:30 at the Oriental, and today, gorgeous day that it is. I just love perfect here in Milwaukee, River West. The temperature is not too hot, not too cold, just right. And I'm checking the green sheet here. Milwaukee Journal Sentinel green sheet. Today, Thursday, July 10th, the 191st day of 2025. Wow, time is going shooting by. 174 days left. We've got fewer left than have been so far this year. We got all kinds of things in history on this day, and the Scopes monkey trial. A high school teacher was accused of breaking Tennessee law by teaching evolution. Well, there are all ways in which we could have come about to be human beings as we are today. Whether it was creationism, evolution, whatever. I'm so tired. Well, it doesn't make any difference if I'm tired of it. It's just really everybody, others not believing as they believe. Just, that's the problem with the world today. Everybody's trying to impose their views, their wishes on the rest of the world. I sometimes get totally bummed about the condition of society today, if you can call it society. What is society? But hey, you guys, I just love you. I love everybody out there. And I talked with Michael Zeidler briefly today. He's going to do a show in August. It's going to be late in August, a kind of a follow-up to a show we had a couple of weeks ago where we discussed Puerto Rico, a meaningful place to me. My family there and many years in Puerto Rico. So Michael Zeidler, we're going to do. We talked about the fiscal oversight board that was imposed on Puerto Rico. That our people know better how to handle the monies of Puerto Rico. And I mean, it's our fault that things are so screwed up in Puerto Rico, our wonderful government. And so we've really done a number on Puerto Rico, and now they're trying to get Puerto Ricans to pay like $37 billion. I don't know. And so, yes, we covered that a couple weeks ago. And Michael is very thorough and just a stickler for facts, and he's a mathematician, so he was great to figure out the costs and per capita and everything with the fiscal oversight board's imposition. And in the end of August, we're going to have Mike back on the show, and next time we're going to talk about Puerto Rico again, talk about the island of Vieques, which was sadly mistreated, and that's an understatement, by the United States, the U.S. Navy. We took over the island for military maneuvers and munitions testing, and we killed the environment, that's for sure. Can't drink the water there at all anymore. You have to have it piped from the mainland of Puerto Rico, from the rainforest, under the ocean to Vieques, so people have water because it's so polluted, the groundwater and the aquifers of Vieques. So at any rate, Michael Zeidler is going to be the guest covering the island of Vieques and the damages or whatever of the military presence in the years. What else? Something. The Center Street Festival is coming up in August. That's going to be really neat. I'm going to have hopefully, I believe I'm going to have a little space through Martha's closet place that is opened or is run by Shawnette, who is she is also owner with Steve, her husband, of the Uptowner. this store. It's just right across the street from the station here, and she, you know, she has. I'm going to rent a window. You could rent a window. I'm going to rent a window, have a space, but on Center Street Festival, I'm going to be selling some things through Martha's Closet, and uh, yes. So let's see what else is coming up. This coming week, the 24 hours, the River West, a bikeathon or whatever they call it. It's going for 24 hours. It will be going this weekend, and 24-hour cyclists. There's all kinds of events going on with the bike ride. Biking enthusiasts are sure to enjoy being part of the River West 24 um, bike bike bikeathon. So that you have to be very careful here. You're going to be driving around anywhere in River West in this entire area here. You have to be careful at that time of the River West 24 because so many bicyclists, and while they are careful, drivers aren't always so careful. And we need to be very attentive and keeping our eyes open and careful driving for the bike riders in the River West 24. There, I mentioned about the upbeatedness of the last Monday, the singing in the rain. And in keeping with their upbeat films, this week actually, it's the director's one of her choices through the board, actually, the committee at the Oriental, doing upbeat movies this week, and including tonight's Forrest Gump. And let's say, I think Superman is showing, going to be. I think it starts tonight. That should be a good film. I like Superman, our hero, where you can count somebody you can count on to come through for you. It's so hard to find these days. So even if it's Superman, let's pretend it's just so nice to see a character who is striving the justice for all. So Superman. I actually, some people have flying dreams. I used to have flying dreams, and still I occasionally do. I kind of am out there in space every once in a while in my dreams. And actually, and with that, I'm remembering my dreams much better, vividly, actually, sometimes, where they seem very real, and that when I awake, I, can recall the dreams, and sometimes I can even go back to a dream if I'm going back to bed. For some reason, to say, like, you wake up in the night and you have to pee. It interrupts a dream. And I can go back to the dream sometimes. And that's neat. That is really neat. They say that if you have a dream and you realize it's a dream, and while you're having that dream, if you make note of it, that you're dreaming, if you make note of that while you're dreaming, that it is a dream, and you can travel, you can you can actually kind of like, not actually out of body travel, but you can travel in the dream. So there are books written about lucid dreaming, and I need to pick up a book on that because it's very interesting. You know, they say which is real, the dream or real time. Well, I we will never know till the end scene for us. And later this month, well, actually, at many times, I will be focusing on sustainable development. You know, sustainable development, what we can do to live in better harmony with our surrounds and give nature a break. Give it a little chance to regrow, to recover from what we're doing. And I did talk with a trash uh, person with a trash disposal company saying, you know, we have recyclable bins and everything, but people throw everything together anyway. And nobody's picking through the recyclable bin, the recyclable, so supposedly recyclable. Nobody's picking through that. You know, oh, here is a plastic, there's a tin. No, it's so much of it still goes into landfill, which our landfills are huge, huge, and the price of real estate, that's something that boggles my mind. The price of real estate and the amount of land that's given over to landfills to dispose of the waste so that we can buy more everything, and and keep the economy rolling. You know, that's what it's all about. Take the waste, get rid of it, and then people forget about how much they've used. You know, where I live along the Milwaukee River, there was a day in the I think the house I'm in was built in the 20s. I'm pretty sure, and there were no trash pickups or anything, and people really had a much lower waste production. They didn't have all the disposable packaging and everything that we have now, and so their waste was minimal. And the you know I at one time had did some digging with a friend, and we uncovered a little, like, sort of landfill down closer to the river where people, they threw their bottles and jars and various. I got a beautiful evening in Paris, cobalt blue uh, uh, talc um, container that was that I found in that bottle pile, and lots of other good things as well. I found a jug, a ceramic jug. It probably had, I don't know, probably had beer in it at some time. But that's definitely a keeper. I have that in my hallway at home. It's a ceramic. I mean, it's a pottery jug where So yes, we the amount of trash that we have now, and it's just in the name of the economy. Keep cranking the stuff out, and here we could put a stop to the packaging. We could put a stop to all the excess. And they could do it now, like in times of war. Where we had to do things to save, um, various materials for the military action, weapons and such. we 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 didn't use, and we recycled even coins. we recycled or we used for the military for bullets and etc. Just but yes, we had a much lower waste content in our trash. Very, very. Now, it doesn't at all compare. You wouldn't even know it's from the same planet. Um, I I have a issue going with my next door neighbor at in Mel where I live. I an issue of noise for one thing. That's one thing. You know, these things your neighbors can make or break your enjoyment of where you live. And that's been the case. Well, of course, I still love where I am, where I live. And, but neighbors, my next door neighbor, they asked Jack, oh, yes, indeed. Someday I'll prevail. I believe I will. I'll be able to get rid of that noise and the obstruction. A lot of crapola he has there. It's obstructing the river view. You're not supposed to be doing that where I live. And there aren't supposed to be fences, and he has a fence. There are things, you know, nobody around where I live really has fences anymore to speak of between properties because you weren't supposed to have fences in Glendale where I live. But so much for talking about neighbor. Oh, I find that I really need to clear up in another subject here. My language. I need to. There we go. I can't. I'm saying ah. I have to get over that, and the pauses of filling things little seconds with ahs and ums and so I have to be more careful with wasting time on ums and oohs and part of the film, the Singing in the Rain, the other day was it was the character, a character in there taking voice lessons, you know, enunciation and vocabulary, yeah, pronunciation. And I forget the movie star's name, but who she was. She played a really super stupid, dumb blonde who had a great body and lovely person. She was the she shared silent movies with and she had to change over to voice. You know, the silent films turned into having, voice at the same time of the actions. And this star, she had a terrible voice, and Debbie Reynolds, who was the really lovely person, the best dancer in the show. She's what a talent she was. Debbie Reynolds, she had it all. She could dance, sing, act. She was lovely. She had a gorgeous figure, a little gal, and so the vocabulary, pronunciations. So Debbie Reynolds, she was the voice. You know, they synced her voice with the lips of the dumb blonde who didn't have a voice, and that all came to light at the end of the film, Singing in the Rain. It was a really very upbeat film. On some days this show just moves along so fast, and so it is today. Look at this. Here we're moving right along, and it's 4:25. Well, at 4:29, that's when they cut me off. I have to go at 4:29, whether I'm finished talking or not. They will cut me off. So and like today, I don't have any closing statements, folks. I have, in fact, I just have now 3 minutes to close out. I'd like to close this out with some phenomenal something, a quote that you might be able, some words that you might quote. But all I can say really is, it is what it is. It is what it is. You know, I love everywhere you go, hearing people say that, oh, they're saying my show. It is what it is. Hey, and if you could see me, I'm I am becoming this person. Well, I'm looking here. I can see this now. You know, this is a podcast, and hello, I'm waving to myself. At one time, I didn't think you'd be able to see me, but now I know you can. And so the mystery is out. And we have just another minute, folks. One more minute, and we'll be out. 5, 4, 3, no, 59, 58. Hey, well, tune in. 2 minutes? 2 minutes. Oh, God. Oh, that was Pierre. I love to say his name. Pierre Davis Dutrix. He does tricks for us. He is, I don't know, he didn't intend to be such a full-time person here, but he is. The station greatly needs his help, and he is just super. He is a big help for me, that's for sure. And so, Pierre Davis Dutrix. Dutrix, oh yes, Pierre. I think 2 minutes. I've still got one more minute. I hope you have a great week. I don't know what's going to happen on my show next week, but it's sure to be good. So please tune in to It Is What It Is. And thank you all for listening today. I love you. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Oh, 20 seconds. Goodbye. Goodbye. Love you. I do. I love you. Bye-bye. Yep. Ta-ta.